Scott from IT Rockstars. Hope you're doing well. And in this video, we're going to kind of go over some basic marketing concepts that you might be missing. And it's something that I've been missing for a little while now. So really basically defining the basics of marketing for your MSP. Before we get into it though, if you're looking to generate high quality leads for your MSP or your IT business, check out itrockstars.net. We've got a 1 month free trial there at the moment. You can gain access to our premium marketing content that will help you generate high quality leads. So we've got 3 pillars here at IT Rockstars that we kind of live by when it comes to marketing. They are, number 1, build an audience, okay? And that basically is your prospects, who you actually want to do business with. Get them onto a list and connect with them in multiple ways. The second thing is to educate that audience, and that is basically to market to them, market specifically to that audience, so they get to know you, they get to figure out what your services actually are, and they get to understand things like RMMs and cybersecurity playbooks. So many topics to talk about when it comes to being an MSP. I won't go into the detail, dive into the detail on that one though. And then the third pillar, number 3, is actually to follow up and have a conversation with that audience that you are educating and marketing to. That's the 3 pillars. It's very simple. And you know what? Sometimes life gets in the way. We use exactly the same process here at IT Rockstars for our member base. So we have been on the go for almost 3 years now. It'll be 3 years next month. And we've followed this same process: build an audience, educate the audience, and then follow up and connect with them. And what we found, or what I've found over the last probably 3 or 4 months, is that I've missed a big chunk of the first step, and that is to actually build the audience. It's something that I admit to. It's something that I just kind of lost. I lost my way. And to give you like a practical example of actually what happened here, when we first started IT Rockstars, it was just myself. We didn't have any members, and we've worked with over 200 now. And to build up that amount of clients is no mean feat. And the way that we did it, that first step was crucial. It was, and this is fairly basic. We defined a prospects list of companies that we want to work with. And we looked at for the decision makers within those companies, and we connected with them on LinkedIn. And it probably started around about, I don't know, March, April 2020, like during lockdown, when everyone was forced online. They had to stop doing in-person events, in-person networking, all that type of stuff. Everyone was using LinkedIn. And I hate going with the flow. I hate being, what's the word? What am I looking for? I always go in the opposite direction. So when the herd's going one way, I will go the other. And what I saw the herd doing back in lockdown was everyone was going to LinkedIn to market their business and to prospect. And I just kind of thought to myself, you know what? It's so saturated now. I was at the time I was getting 20 plus LinkedIn connection requests a day, and I'm thinking to myself, well, if I'm getting this amount of connection requests in, what good is it for me to connect back out with people? I'm just going to be like, is it going to get lost in the noise? And I feel the same way about email marketing. So I don't do a lot of email marketing because I'm like, I don't have enough time to read all of my emails. So why should I send anyone else emails? Anyway, that is not the attitude to have when it comes to marketing. You have to be positive, you have to be consistent, and you just have to do the laborious tasks. So it wasn't just, this was me just saying to myself, everyone's going to go into LinkedIn and I'm going to stop connecting with people on LinkedIn because everyone else was doing that. No, it wasn't just that. It was because I couldn't be bothered. It's because there was a task that I hadn't outsourced to a virtual assistant. It's something that I did in my sort of day-to-day activities, because I want to make sure that I was connecting with the right people, and not just nonsense. So it was one of those marketing processes that I was continuing to do myself, but I let it go because I was lazy and because I had the wrong attitude. And I can't tell you how much that can affect your marketing. If you have an idea about something, and that stops you from doing that task or that process, it can stop you dead in your tracks. And as I say, our process is really simple, build an audience, educate the audience, connect with the audience. Really simple. So if you stop one of those basic things, it's going to mess up your whole marketing strategy. And I have seen an effect over the last year because of missing this step out. I stopped connecting with people on LinkedIn, and I refused connection requests. So people were connecting with me, people in my target audience connecting with me, like they'd heard about me, and I was like actively not connecting with them when they sent me a connection request. And it was because I'm like, what's the point? I had the total wrong attitude. So the reason I'm telling you this story is because I don't want you to get lost in some dilemma like that, or some thought process in your head, or an excuse, when it comes to marketing and sales in your MSP. There's potentially a limiting factor. There's a reason why you are not progressing to where you could be, and it's got nothing to do with the market. It's nothing to do with external factors like lockdowns and global pandemics and hyperinflationary economies, or bad politics, or whatever excuse you want. It's got nothing to do with that. It's all just up here in your head, and that's literally all it is. That's what's stopping you more than anything else. And it sounds, you hear these type of concepts a lot in business speak and coaching, that it's really you are your own limiting factor, and I can guarantee that, whatever you're getting stuck with in your marketing, that's potentially one of the avenues or one of the areas that maybe needs to be kind of just looked at, and being aware of it even can help. Anyway, that's all I had to say for today. Kind of a little bit different video more than anything else. We have a marketing surgery call here every Thursday, IT Rockstars, with our members, and it's basically just a Zoom call where we all get together. Sometimes it's just one person in the call, sometimes it's 10 people in the call. And the whole purpose of that is to kind of just help each other out when it comes to marketing and sales and just business and life in general. And I know for a fact this will be the topic that I'm going to be bringing to the surgery this week, that I'm going to be offloading to anyone else that appears in that surgery call. So if you are struggling with any part of your business, specifically your marketing, your sales, your MSP, then we're here to help here at IT Rockstars, and you can gain access, as I say, not only to our premium marketing content and the whole sort of strategy behind how to use it, but you'll gain access to a really good bunch of members, and you'll also gain access to being able to speak to me, or listen to me go on about topics like this, self-limiting beliefs and factors. Anyway, that's it for today, folks. As I say, yeah, it's a little bit different, and I'm hoping that the next few weeks, we've it's got an interesting couple of weeks this time of year. I'm not going to kind of go over it in case I use any of these videos by repurposing them, but we've got an interesting couple of weeks coming up when it comes to marketing. And just what I would suggest is, if you're following at IT Rockstars, you kind of watch what happens or how things are done over the next couple of weeks, because you could be doing the same thing shortly after that, for a fresh start. Anyway, that's it for today. As I mentioned already, check out itrockstars.net if you haven't already, and you can get a 1-month free trial there and get access to everything that will help your MSP or your IT or your cybersecurity business grow. Take it easy. I'll catch you later. Bye.